Could you talk a little bit about the House bill, how it differs from the Senate, and most importantly, how it's going to lower the cost of health care?
Yeah, so first of all, I think we have to acknowledge that Obamacare is failing. I mean, Democrats don't want to make this point, but I mean, across America, we've seen insurance companies bail on the exchanges by giving more control to states, by letting families pick plans that meet the risks in their lives, and everyone's risk is different. And if you can pick a plan that fits your risk at a price that you can afford, you know your family and your health better than I do in Washington.
The blueprint that Paul Ryan put out, it includes a border adjustment tax. That seems to be the one thing that Republicans are unsure about. Where do you stand on it?
So the rules of the Senate on tax reform using this process is for every tax lever you move down, you have to move another tax lever up. You have to be revenue neutral. We get $1 trillion from Obamacare taxes to move tax levers down by $1 trillion. The question becomes, well, where do you get another $1 trillion to move tax levers down? And Paul Ryan came up with a border adjustment tax. If you don't use the border adjustment tax, where do you get another $1 trillion of revenue?
Obama administration told us when he, with 5 other world powers, signed the Iran nuclear deal to scale back their nuclear program, that would moderate Iran. Have you seen this happen?
Of course Iran hasn't moderated. We called this when the deal came out a horrible deal for Israel, a horrible deal for America. They are not good players. They are not our friends. And I think President Trump recognizes that. I think President Obama was absolutely naive in cutting this deal.
You were a star on The Real World, Season 6, Boston.
You use the word star loosely, I hope, right?
Very loosely, very loosely.
Yes.
Your season was like, yeah, definitely way too young for me to be watching
exactly. That was like 20 years
Just
ago.
to age you a little,
20,
but...
Thank you, I appreciate that. You're like 6.
Do you remember the intro song?
To The Real World?
Yes.
So it's, this is the true story of 7 strangers picked to live in a house. Find out what happens when people stop being polite and start getting real. I think I messed it up a little bit, but that's the gist.
All right, all right.
This is the true story.
Whatever of 7 strangers
Picked to live in a house.
The real world.
Boston.
Who would you bring to be on your team?
I'd probably take one of the smartest, buffest members of Congress. I'll take Paul Ryan. He'd come with me. I'd probably take one of the most fun, energetic, polite members of Congress as well, F. James Sensenbrenner from Wisconsin.
All right.
You have 8 kids with your
8 kids.
wife. How do you juggle your home life and also being a congressman?
You got to ask her. She's the super mom that's at home with the 8 kids. And it's challenging to have 8 kids, and you know I'm out here for 4 days a week, and so she's at home navigating our house and bringing kids to sports and getting them to school. Thanks, ladies. It's been fun to hang with you out here.
It's been great. Thank you for
You guys are so nicely color coordinated. It's great. You don't want to see their
Easter.
toenails because that's done too.